mechanism. Okay. So Lacaporon is basically completely based on the E. coli, and it was a prokaryotic model where we had studied about the expression of genes, certain genes which can code for certain enzymes in the case of the E. coli. Okay, in eukaryotic systems, we have not completely understood expressions of all the genes. That why certain genes will be switched off and then why certain genes will switch at particular time. Okay, we also did some work in the yeast and all, but completely we have not understood. So this for this Lacaporon, the guy who Jacob and Monod who had found it out, they basically won Nobel Prize for it. Okay, and this has been also a very important topic for our NEET. Just a moment, let me share it. Then we'll go further. So see, this gene expression regulation can occur at various levels. Okay, it can occur at various levels, as you can see. Okay, either it can occur at let's say that maybe at the transcriptional level. Okay, that is only in eukaryotes. This is all in eukaryotes. Okay, remember this is about the eukaryotes. Or it can occur at the processing level when there is hnRNA is being transformed into functional mRNA splicing, what we call as, or transport of mRNA from nucleus to cytoplasm. Okay, or at the translational level. Now you should know one more thing, that in the eukaryotes, okay, in the eukaryotes as such, if we talk about that, then in eukaryotes after the translation there will be PTM. PTM stands for post-translational modification. So after the proteins are formed in the RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, they must undergo some processing like formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids and all those things. Okay, basically. So the formation of, let's say, glycoprotein, phosphoprotein, all of those things will be occurring in the Golgi body. So without PTM, there will be no functionality of the proteins formed in eukaryotes. Eukaryotes may always post-translational modification thase અને કઈ જગ્યા પર થશે, so it happens in Golgi, that you should know. Okay. Similarly, in eukaryotes for regulation, it can occur at various levels, starting from transcription, from processing, from mRNA transport, and to the translational level. Okay, so this you should know. Now, apart from this, okay, if we just a moment, let me I think I use this one annotation. So now next is we are talking over here about the E. coli. Okay, so E. coli is the simplest of the organism, and we'll be covering about the expression in the E. coli. Okay, so let us start with that, and I'll explain it by separately, not from the textbook. Okay, so we'll start with the Lacaporon. Now see, before we begin, you should know about some of the basic terms. Okay, before we begin, you should know about some of the basic terms with respect to the Lacaporon. Then only we can understand the Lacaporon. Now see, basically before we start that, as we know that genes are basically expressed to perform particular functions. Okay, so genes are supposed to, they undergo expression to perform particular function. Okay, so if we talk about the, let's say E. coli, then E. coli has one of the enzymes which is beta galactosidase. Now if you take a E. coli and put it in a culture containing glucose, if you take a E. coli in a culture containing lactose, okay, then E. coli will first utilize glucose and it will grow. And if you put in a lactose containing medium, then E. coli will use this enzyme. Okay, so if there is no glucose, then E. coli will use this enzyme. If there is a vessel which contains both, that is which has glucose also and lactose also, then in that condition, first E. coli will utilize glucose and then will utilize lactose. So till that moment, the genes which will be coding for this enzyme, which is responsible for glucose breakdown, will not be synthesized. मतलब કે જ્યાં સુધી ગ્લુકોઝ હશે ત્યાં સુધી E. coli આ એન્ઝાઇમના જીન્સને એક્સપ્રેસ નહીં કરે. Why? Because it will be a wastage of energy to do all those things. So when glucose નહીં હોય અને at that moment E. coli for energy will express this enzyme. So what this enzyme will do, as the name suggests, it will break down lactose into what we call as glucose plus galactose. Like glucose હશે તો પછી આ enzyme ની કોઈ requirement નથી, then why to synthesize it? So ત્યાં સુધી E. coli will switch it off. Here it will be switched off. Okay, here once glucose is utilized, then it will be switched off. And here as only lactose, so it will be switched off. So આટલું clear beta?
हाँ sir.
So if there is no lactose, then there will be no expression of beta galactosidase. Okay, it looks highly that you should know. Now, if you talk about transcription unit, and as you know, basically a transcription unit contains what beta? Can you tell me what is there in a transcription unit? If I take a transcription unit, then what it will contain? Which are the components of a transcription unit?
Exon and introns.
This is prokaryotic. General transcription unit. There are three components. What are they? तो वांचते નથી રાહી પપ્પારે વાત કરવી પડશે એમ લાગે. Promoter, then
Terminator and structural gene.
okay, so then we have structural gene. These are the components of any of the transcription unit. Okay, now see, there are also some of the other sequences which are named as an operator. So this operator is a DNA sequence only. Okay, it is located adjacent to the promoter. Okay, and it works as a switch. Okay, it works as a switch whether to on the transcription or to off the transcription. So it's a DNA sequence located near to the promoter. Okay, like in this condition, okay, like in this over here in this condition, it is basically in the case of the lac operand we refer to that as lac operator. એટલા DNA sequence જ છે, okay, કે જે promoter ની બાજુમાં located છે. So it is located near to the promoter. Okay, so this is what we have in the case of the operator. Okay, આટલું clear beta?
हाँ sir.
Now see, Now, there are some of the regulatory proteins which is formed by regulatory sequences. So there are some what we call as the some of the regulatory proteins. Okay. Now, this can be of two types. That is, they can be either be activators, or they can either be repressors. Okay. Now, these activators and the repressor. Activator means it will activate something. Repressor means it will not allow it to go on. So it will stop it. Okay. So these activators are supposed they'll allow the transcription to go on. So they are termed as positive regulators, or they are termed as something which is positively regulate the lack of it. And repressors will not allow it to happen. So they are termed as something which is negatively regulating the lack of it. Okay. These are some of the DNA sequences from which these proteins are formed. So then I will do we'll understand what is why I am talking about all these terms. Okay. Then there will be structural genes. So these regulator proteins, they are coded by what we call as the regulatory genes. Okay. See, in the transcription, we talked that there are some regulatory sequences located upstream or downstream of the promoter. Either it is towards the 5' or it is towards the 3'. So આપણે એ ટાઈમે વાત કરી હતી તો કમ રેગ્યુલેટરી સિક્વન્સીસ હશે. These are regulatory sequences. These are regulatory sequences. Okay. Then we have structural genes. Okay, which will be coding or which will be whose transcription or whose expression is supposed to be done. Okay. So this is generally we'll see in a operon. Then there is something called inducer. Inducer can induce the genetic expression. Got it, beta? Okay. So these are so these are all general inducer, structural gene, regulatory proteins. Okay, operator sequence. These are all general component of any operon. Now we will study this in condition in relation to the lac operon. Okay. So as I already told you that lac operon was given by Jacob and Monod. Okay, and they won Nobel Prize for it. Okay. So it is a polycystonic model. Why? Because it is in prokaryotes. It was shown in E. coli. Okay, so there were 3 genes which can be transcribed combinedly, and it was mainly shown in the E. coli. And E. coli, as you know, is a prokaryote. Okay, so now we'll talk about the components of lac operon. We'll talk about the components of lac operon. Okay, so in lac operon there is the operator. The first is, let's say, operator is termed as lac operator. Okay, then there is one regulatory gene. Regulatory sequence. No? So this is what we call as, this is over here inhibitor. The name of regulatory gene is small I or inhibitor. Okay. Then there are 3 structural genes. Then there are 3 structural genes, that is Z, Y, and A, and all are in single mRNA. That's why it is polycystonic. That's why it is polycystonic. Okay. Now this I gene codes for repressor protein. This inhibitor codes for repressor protein, which will stop it. So this negative regulate means it will be stopping it. This will activators means it will be positively regulating. That means it will allow it to proceed. So it will activate. Okay. So similarly, this is what codes repressor protein. Then we have Z gene. Over here, 3 genes, Z, Y, and A. So this Z1 codes for beta galactosidase. Okay, Y codes for permease, lactose permease, and A codes for transacetylase. A codes for transacetylase. Okay. So for metabolism of glucose, lactose, these three are required. These three are required for metabolism of lactose. Clear, beta? This much?
Sir.
Okay. Now here, lactose can act as an inducer. Lactose is an inducer. Okay. And there is also a separate lac operator, which we talked about already. So this is the thing which will operator. This is all we have in lac operator. Okay. So basically, lactose is a substrate for this enzyme, and it is also an inducer. So basically, lactose you can also call it as a substrate, and it can also act as an inducer. Okay. So now see. Let's say there are two things which we are talking about. That this is in presence of the inducer. This is a normal lac operator system. So here there is promoter sequence. Promoter is interrupted by inhibitor sequence. Then there is again promoter. Okay, then there is operator. Then there are these three structural genes, that is Z, Y, and A. This is what you have in A. So now what happens in presence of inducer? Inducer or lactose is present. So see, there is I is inhibitor, or it is regulator as we have called it. So as you know, this is a promoter. This is a operator. Okay, these are three structural genes. Okay, clear? आपने आगे बात करी थी जो arrange करी है. This is also a promoter, as you know. Okay. So this regulator will code for repressor mRNA. This regulator will code for repressor mRNA. So from this repressor mRNA, it produce repressor protein. Now see here, lactose is present. So now what will happen? This lactose will bind to this repressor. So you can call lactose as a inducer for transcription. So this protein on this, basically what we call as this inducer. Okay, and the repressor, they will bind. This is, let's say, inducer. The red one, that was the repressor, they will bind. So the repressor is inactive. So this will be rendered inactive. So repressor is inactive now because of this lactose binding. So what will happen? This operator, okay, we can basically switch it on, and is switched on. Operator is switched on, and these three genes, Z, Y, and A, they will form a lac mRNA. They are transcribed. That means there is transcription of these genes. Okay, and then it happens because RNA polymerase can access the promoter and this mRNA can be formed. This all basically happens because RNA polymerase is needed for transcription. Okay, and then this lac mRNA is formed, and then these three enzymes. Okay, that is beta galactosidase. Okay, galactose permease, okay, permease, transacetylase are formed. Got it? Clear, beta? Shall I go?
Sir.
Now, what will happen in the case of the, let's say, in absence of inducer? I'll just show you a textbook image. Same difference. In absence of inducer, what will happen? That this repressor will bind to operator and then it will be switched off. This repressor will, just a moment. Okay, see. See, as you can see, this mRNA is, this is regulator. So repressor mRNA will, this repressor protein is being formed. It is going and binding to this operator. So operator is inactive. So RNA polymerase cannot bind and there is no transcription of this gene. This happens in absence of inducer, or it can say it in absence of the lactose. Clear beta આટલું?
હા સર.
અહીંયા એક ખ્યાલ રાખજે કે આ સ્મોલ આઈ છે એ રેગ્યુલેટર છે, એનો મતલબ ઇન્હિબિટર થી છે, પણ એ છે રેગ્યુલેટર. ઓકે, તો આ લેકોપેરોન માં એવું છે. બીજા ઓપેરોન માં ટ્રિપોપેરોન ને બધા માલુમ છે. ટ્રિપોપેરોન ને આપણા સિલેબસ માં નથી, I'm not doing. There's also velinoperon, histidinoperon, tripoperon, but it's not in our syllabus. Okay, હવે see. This regulation can be of two types, positive and negative regulation. If it is by repressor, this is negative regulation. એટલે જ્યારે લેક્ટોઝ નહીં હોય તો શું થશે બેટા? તો આ લેકોપેરોન સ્વિચ્ડ ઓફ રહેશે કે નહીં?
હા સર.
So this is negative regulation. And ideally, most of the time it is negatively regulated. Most of the times it is negatively regulated. Now, if there is activator, it will be switched on. So, if activator or inducer, that is lactose, okay, is present, then what will happen? That there will be transcription. And then it is said to be positively regulated. That is said to be positively regulated. Okay, clear, beta?
Yes sir.
So this is what we have in lecoperon. It is highly important. Frequently they ask questions for this. See, next is also we have Human Genome Project and DNA fingerprint. Again, important, but HGP might is informative. Normal lecture might take entire lecture, but in this time will just કદાચ બેટા નીટ સપ્ટેમ્બર માં જશે તો પછી પ્રિપેર કરજે સર, કેમ કે ટાઈમ મળશે તો ફિઝિક્સ કેમિસ્ટ્રી ને બધું કરવા માંડજે. લગભગ સપ્ટેમ્બર માં જશે નીટ એવું લાગે છે. HGP આવડે છે કે નથી આવડતું બેટા તને?
No sir.
So see, this was it is termed as the most expensive and the most complex project, scientific project ever undertaken by mankind. Okay. So this is a human genome project was basically to sequence entire genome. It was to sequence the entire human genome. Okay. So it was termed as a mega project. If you just to give an idea that in this project, there were more than 10,000 different scientists that collaborated from different countries. From 8 to 12,000 people, blood samples and different samples were taken to sequence this genome. તો આપણા ક્રોમોઝોમ્સ પર જીન્સ નું લોકેશન ક્યાં છે, ક્રોમોઝોમલ મેપિંગ. ઓકે, સો એ આ પ્રોજેક્ટ ની અંદર કરવામાં આવ્યું કે જેટલા પણ ક્રોમોઝોમ્સ છે એમાં કેટલા જીન્સ છે અને કઈ કઈ જગ્યા પર લોકેટેડ છે. ઓકે, so human genome have approximately this much base pair as you discussed, and then the information which was obtained was like there were 3,300 books. Okay, each book of 1,000 pages, and each book, each page containing 1,000 letters. That will be the huge information generated. So now it is not possible to type or write that information. Okay, it is not possible to type or write that information. So then the computers were needed. Computers and softwares are needed. And that's why the new branch of biology came in, that is termed as bioinformatics. Okay, subject it is where you use computer softwares and all to find out about the protein structures and all of these things. So the data generated from the human genome, it was mainly put into this what we call as the softwares, and it was on the computers. Okay, computer help were taken, and the approximate cost was $9 million. Okay, so per base pair sequencing cost was $3. તો એનાથી તો વધી ગઈ હતી પછી. Okay, so some of the goals of the HGP were you have to identify all these genes in human DNA, determine the sequences of 3 billion chemical base pair, you have to store this information, then you have to okay, and then you have to transfer these technologies, also to address the ethical, legal and social issues which will arise from the project. Okay, so basically from this project it was found out that human beings have 30,000 genes. Rest of all part is intron. So it was mainly 13-year project which I got 13 વર્ષ થયા. Started by NIH in US. Moderna vaccine developed in NIH US. One of my very close friend, okay, he's right now working in NIH as a postdoc. Okay, he did his PhD from Nirma and right now he's in NIH US. He was the only person to get selected from Gujarat last year, okay, when he went for the postdoctoral fellowship. Then there is Wellcome Trust of UK. Bill Gates also funds this trust. Okay, and then the Japan, France, Germany, China also contributed to this project. It got over in 2003. Okay, and then we got this information. So that is આ બધું informative છે. Then over here you should also know basically the human genome was also compared with bacteria, yeast, C. elegans, Drosophila plants. It was also compared with all those other organisms, like there was this nematode, there is this fruit fly. Okay, just a moment. I'm getting a phone. Okay, so this was basically these organisms and their genome was also compared. Okay, so you should know this also MCQ, but this is also important that whose genome and all was compared. Okay, Okay. So in this project, beta, this was like, it is entire subject. અહીંયા તો આપણે બે પેજમાં ભણીએ છીએ આને. Like I had studied even like the entire unit of this, so it was not enough. It's and like the information મળી it's an entire course, એટલે બધું huge project હતો. પણ anyways, we will talk about this, so we'll just try to understand. So justice not is very superficial. So they use two approaches, okay, for this purpose. So first approach was to either, it was referred as EST and other was referred as sequence annotation. Okay, so that approach was basically in this EST, what was taken, that you only take those part of the DNA which is expressed as RNA. એટલે આમાં intron નીકળી જશે ને, you'll only have exons. Okay, so this was ideal, this was good, but it was easier, but it was not possible for all the genes. The other approach was sequence annotation. So in that you take an organism, you take the cell, and then you take the entire DNA from this, and then you found out about each of this DNA. So the other approach was sequence annotation, okay, which was blindly sequencing the entire set of genome, okay, and total DNA was isolated and then just bundled into random fragments, okay, and then it was cloned into a suitable host with the specialized vectors. A biotech cloning out, okay, and then you amplify each DNA piece and then you sequence it, okay. So they commonly use host for bacteria and yeast, and the vectors were BAC and YAC, bacterialist chromosome, and yeast artificial, the plasmids. These are mainly plasmids, okay, they will ask. So EST, you only take those DNA is expressed as RNA, whereas sequence annotation, you take the entire DNA sequence. So you randomly sequence the entire DNA, okay. So you randomly, in this case, you sequence the entire DNA. તો એક approach હતો કે તમે આખો ન્યુક્લિયસ માંથી DNA અલગ કરો અને આખા DNA નું sequencing કરો. બીજો રસ્તો હતો કે તમે ખાલી mRNA જે જોવા મળે છે, જે એક્સપ્રેસ થાય છે mRNA તરીકે, એને જ લ્યો, તો એ વધારે easier, okay. But anyways, as પણ અમુક ક્રોમોસોમ્સ માટે એ બંને એપ્રોચ જે છે યુઝ કરવા પડ્યા. તો એનું તમે ક્લોનિંગ કરો, તમે એને એમ્પ્લિફાય કરો, like biotech chapters, if you know, we'll આના પછી if you want, then you can start with the biotech chapters. So mainly this was done by using certain technology, like PCR was used, the machine, then there was DNA sequencer was used, centrifugation all was also used. So this was based on the DNA sequencing, which is a small instrument in which you can find out the sequence, and it was developed by Frederick Sanger. Okay, and he also developed the method for sequencing of the amino acids. Okay. Then these were arranged, and then on that basis, the sequencing and then these overlapping regions were present, and then alignment was done, and it was done by computer-based programs, as you can see. Okay, and these sequences were annotated to each chromosome. Okay, so sequence એટલે કઈ base pair છે, ATGC, what is the location, how, what, like each gene has what sequences. It was done in DNA sequencer, which was founded by Frederick Sanger. That question can be asked. And then finally, where this sequence is on each chromosome, okay, like we have, ideally we have in a haploid genome, if you take 23 chromosomes are there, okay, and then there is also this sex chromosomes, which is Y chromosomes. Y chromosome is separately taken. So 22 autosomes, X chromosome and Y chromosome. આ બધા જ ક્રોમોસોમ પર કઈ જગ્યા પર કયા જીન્સ આવેલા છે આ પ્રોજેક્ટ થી ખબર પડે. ઓકે, તો વર્લ્ડ વાઇડ ઓલમોસ્ટ 8 to 10,000 કોલેજ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ ના DNA સેમ્પલ લેવામાં આવ્યા હતા, બ્લડ સેમ્પલ ને બધું. ઓકે, to sequence this. So the sequence of chromosome 1 was completed by 2006. It was the last of the human chromosomes of 24. See, but I look at 46 now, 24 is કેમ લીધા? Why did they took the 24? Sequence human genome project में मैंने 24 chromosomes હતા, 46 ના લીધા, આનો શું રીઝન હશે?
Don't know, sir.
See, because diploid માં 46 છે ને પણ કોમ્બિનેશન તો હેપ્લોઇડ બે એનું થશે ને NN. ઓકે
હા.
એટલે સો એટલા માટે okay. So this is what we have in this. એક minute, I have to reply to one email. College માંથી છે.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So haploid જે સેટ હતો એમાં there are 23 chromosomes and it ultimately combine થઈને જ diploid બનશે. So that's why they only sequence 24 chromosomes. કેમ કે એના combination થી diploid બનવાનું છે ને બેટા એટલા માટે. Okay. So see, next is basically, so the information was obtained and then these are the salient features. So questions માટે mainly છે ને બેટા, this is important. So human genome has total this much billion base pairs. Okay, each average gene will have approximately 3000 bases and the largest known gene is mainly 2.4 million bases, is mainly of 2.4 law, the dystrophin gene. Okay, pedigree we talked about muscular dystrophy. So આ gene માં problem થશે તો muscular dystrophy થાય. It is the largest gene. Total number of genes is 30,000. Okay, and 99% of nucleotide B's are same in all people, irrespective of any religion, caste, or any human beings. Okay, world no કોઈ પણ human being US માં કોઈ હોય કે અહીંયા હોય કે આફ્રિકામાં હોય, આપણે બધા 99.9% જે છે same છે. Okay, rest of only difference is 0.1%. Okay, more than 50% of the genes and functions are unknown, and then only less than 2% forms for proteins. So this is important for questions, this first, second, third point. Most of the this human genome is made up by repeated sequences. These repeated sequences are introns, beta. These are introns. Okay, so these are stretches of DNA sequences which are repeated many times, sometimes 100 to 1000 times. Okay, and they have no direct coding functions, and they shed light on chromosome structure, dynamics, and evolution. These are mainly introns. Okay, so majority of our, even this 30,000 are functional genes, rest of all are introns. So imagine how much this junk DNA forms. So we are not completely clear with its role as such. Chromosome 1 has most genes, and the Y. Y is only found in male. Y is of this size. It's only found in male. It is very small. Okay, it is the small, fewest number of genes. Then they identify 1.4 million locations where SNPs can be seen, termed as SNPs. Okay, समझाओगे बेटा SNPs सोचे, wait for that. I have fingerprinting mouse. Okay, so this is the difference in the single nucleotide in the genes between two different human beings. So basically, a disease treatment માં ને બધામાં biotechnology ના bioinformatics નાખી નવી branch ખુલી ગઈ. So this has just been very much useful. Okay. To obtain a lot of information about the medical sciences and everything. તો આમાંથી આજે મેં points કીધા, just go through that. Okay, ખાસ કરીને આજે salient features માંથી this 1 2 3, okay, these are important. Then finally this 8 and 9 are important. Okay, તો આમે તને બેટા brief માં કીધું કે HGP શું છે. Okay, if that we have to go in brief, so questions point of view we had covered it. Okay, now we are talking about the
Okay, sir.
DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting is highly important. Okay, ideally તો બેટા fingerprinting માં બી like another notes detail માં મોકલી આપીશ. Okay, but that you have to read. પણ આપણે જો એટલું તો ideally DNA fingerprinting માં મારે બે lecture થાય, but એટલો time નથી, so I am going like okay, so just a minute. તને છે ને હું બેટા શેર કરતો હા, એક જ મિનિટ, તું પછી ભૂલી જઈશ. આઈ એમ જસ્ટ શેરિંગ યુ ફિંગરપ્રિન્ટ ડિટેલમાં જે નોટ્સ છે
Okay, sir.
તો ગો થ્રુ ધેટ. એમાં હું તને મારી રીતે સમજાવું છું અત્યારે, બટ તારે ડિટેલમાં એમાંથી ગો થ્રુ ઇટ. then translation notes તો મોકલી દી બરાબર ને?
હા સર.
Okay, send it. Okay, 14 pages છે તો હું તને just explain કરું છું. Okay, see, basically as we know that 99.9% is same. So if I take your DNA and my DNA, we both will be 99.9% same. Okay, so if you talk about the haploid content, this is haploid content. So haploid content is 3 into 10 raised to 9 base pair. Okay, now it is very difficult to sequence the entire DNA. Okay, so in that condition, to compare two DNA, मतलब कि तारों ने मारो DNA compare करो तो DNA fingerprinting can be used. Okay, હવે આખા આટલા sequence ને separate કરીએ 3 into 10 raised to 9 તો બહુ difficult થાય ને બેટા, કેમ કે આખે આખું તમારે separate કરવું અને how you can compare, difficult થઈ જાય કેમ કે કેટલી બધી information generate થાય, એક બેઝ પર તો આપણે compare કરવા જઈ ના શકીએ. Okay, so as I told you that most of the places there is a repetitive DNA, which is what we call as intron. Okay, so introns, this repetitive DNA is nothing but introns. So આપણા genome માં majority is introns. Okay, so ક્યાંય તને problem હોય તો મને પૂછજે, but I'll explain by myself. Okay, so now see, introns are basically useless because they do not code for anything. Okay, so it is repeated many times. It is repeated many times. Now if you separate the DNA, okay, by let's say centrifugation, and you will get this sort of peaks. Okay, they have given this word that if you separate it within the genomic DNA, then you will get different peaks by centrifugation. This bigger peaks forms the bulk DNA. As a multi peak જોવા મળે, that is bulk DNA, and the smaller peaks which you see is repetitive DNA. Smaller peaks is the repetitive DNA, or what we call as intron. What we call as intron. Now this smaller peaks, okay, is also referred as satellite DNA. Okay, so it was also referred beta as satellite DNA. Okay, so તમારે notes proper વાંચજે ને you get an idea. Okay, બધું sequence માં આપેલું છે, so this is એમાંથી હું તને explain કરું તો you get an idea. So this repetitive DNA is what we call as satellite DNA or introns. Now this can be also termed as V and TR. Okay, this can be also termed as V and TR. એક જ મિનિટ બેટા, એવું કરું કે હું તને એમાંથી explain કરું, so it will be easier to જ્યારે વાંચ ત્યારે. બરાબર?
ઓકે સર.
કે આમાં ટેક્સ્ટ બુક માં છે ને બધી ખીચડી છે, સેપરેટ આપ્યું, so that is not ideal. તો બી તારે વાંચવું હશે ત્યારે so it will be easier. if I write down તો પછી બહુ વાર લાગશે. Just a moment. That these are explained. Okay, these different peaks which you will obtain. Now see, basically these repetitive sequences, These repetitive sequences can also be termed as VNTRs. Okay, remember VNTR means variable number tandem repeats. They can also be termed as mini satellites. It was discovered by Alec Jeffreys of UK. Okay, એટલે introns નું બીજું નામ છે VNTR. So we refer this as satellite DNA. Satellite DNA is repetitive part of the non-coding part. Okay, it doesn't code for anything. It's an intron part. Remember that. So आज मैं तने मोकली છે notes. So this can be on the basis of size and all. In any human genome, it can be classified in two types. That is, either it can be microsatellite or it can be microsatellite is AT-rich. Adenine and thymine વધારે હશે. It is also termed as STR, and it can be seen at thousands of locations. Okay, and it is 1 to 6 base pair. And size શું હશે? 1 to 6 base pair long હશે. Okay, so repetitive sequences are બે type now, micro and mini. Mini satellite is GC-rich. It is 10 to 60 base pair long. It is seen at thousands of locations. Chromosomes no telomere ખ્યાલ હશે. This is what we call as telomere, the ends of the chromosome. They contain GC-rich, highest amount of mini satellite. Okay, usually chromosome ma A region ma maximum mini satellite હશે. Also termed as VNTR. Mini satellite ને બીજું નામ VNTR છે, and the size can be 0.1 to 20 kb. Okay, 0.1 to 20 kb. So that is, it can have mainly 100 to 20,000 base pairs, bases. Okay, VNTR is the main base of DNA fingerprinting. So over here there is something called copy number. So this small DNA sequence, આજે VNTR ની વાત કરી, એ ઘણીવાર રિપીટ થતો હશે. જેમ કે તારો જીનોમ લઈએ કે મારો જીનોમ લઈએ, તો ક્રોમોઝોમ પર જ ઘણી બધી વાર રિપીટ થતા. આ સિક્વન્સીસ ક્રોમોઝોમ પર ઘણી બધી વાર રિપીટ થતા હશે. Okay, and that is what we call as copy number. So it varies from chromosome to chromosome even in each individual. Okay, so the number of times VNTR is repeated, that is termed as copy number. કોઈ એક ક્રોમોઝોમ પર VNTR sequences નું રિપીટેશન થતું એક સ્પેસિફિક સિક્વન્સ નું, and we call it copy number. અને આ ઘણા બધા sequences હોય. Okay, so it denotes the number of times VNTR is repeated on a chromosome and can be termed as a copy number for of that chromosome. Like જો અહીંયા બેટા મેં એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીને સમજાવ્યું. ક્રોમોઝોમ 1 પર VNTR જો કેટલા લોકેશન પર જોવા મળે છે? 9 લોકેશન પર. So copy number is 9. ક્રોમોઝોમ 2 પર એક જ ઇન્ડિવિડ્યુઅલ ના ક્રોમોઝોમ છે, લેટ્સ સે, તેમાં કેટલા લોકેશન્સ પર છે? 7. તેનો કોપી નંબર 7 થયો. તો જેટલી વાર VNTR એક જ VNTR સ્પેસિફિક VNTR ક્રોમોઝોમ પર રિપીટ થતું હશે એને આપણે શું કહીશું? કોપી નંબર. ક્લિયર એટલું? યસ ઓર નો રાઈટ?
Yes, sir.
ध्यान આપજો, થોડું કોમ્પ્લેક્સ છે, but you have to go. So it is nothing but repetitive sequences getting repeated. So we call satellite region as repetitive sequences. It can be of two types, micro and mini satellite, and they can have separate copy numbers for each chromosome. Now with the technique which we use, it is RFLP. For DNA fingerprinting, the technique which we use is restriction fragment length polymorphism. So mainly this repetitive DNA has VNTR or variable number tandem repeat, and it shows high degree of polymorphism. Polymorphism matlab difference. Polymorphism matlab difference. Okay, હવે VNTR ની જે પોઝિશન જે છે, લેન્થ ઓફ VNTR and position is different for each person. તો તારા VNTR અલગ હશે ને મારા VNTR જે છે અલગ હશે. ઓકે, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, સો હું તારો જીનોમ અને મારો જીનોમ કમ્પેર કરું, મતલબ કે હું રેસ્ટ્રિક્શન એન્ઝાઇમ બાયોટેકમાં ભણી હોય તો ખ્યાલ હશે કે શું કરે? કટ કરે ડીએનએ ને સ્પેસિફિક પોઝિશન પર, એને કટ કરશે. સો તારા ડીએનએ ને ટ્રીટ કરીએ, મારા ડીએનએ ને ટ્રીટ કરીએ, તો જે ફ્રેગમેન્ટ્સ મળશે DNA ની એ ડિફરન્ટ હશે બંને માટે. જે ફ્રેગમેન્ટ મળશે ડિફરન્ટ હશે, and this is termed as RFLP. So this restriction enzyme cuts DNA at specific position. Biotech માં restriction endonuclease ભણી હશે. Okay, so when you cut it and separate it, then you'll get, so if I'll treat your let's say hello Rahi, અવાજ આવે છે? Hello.
હા, sir.
Hello. Right? Am I audible?
हाँ sir.
Okay.
Yes sir.
So this was mainly which cuts the DNA at specific position. The fragments will be different. Now, DNA polymorphism is the main base of DNA fingerprinting. Now, polymorphism basically means variation, and it is at the genetic level. Okay, so you can call polymorphism as any difference in nucleotide sequence between individuals. तो तारो सीक्वेंस लो कोई एक स्पेसिफिक क्रोमोसोम पर स्पेसिफिक जीन तारो क्रोमोसोम नंबर 1 નો કોઈ જીન લીધો મારા ક્રોમોસોમ નંબર 1 નો જીન લીધો તો એ સિક્વન્સ માં ડિફરન્સ હશે ને બેટા ઓકે હવે જે ડિફરન્સ
Yes,
જે
sir.
છે એને પોલીમોર્ફિઝમ કહીએ એને શું કહીએ પોલીમોર્ફિઝમ okay so now this can be of various type polymorphism can be of various type like it can be SNP there may be some base missing in me deletion some more base in me or in you so we'll talk about SNP okay this is mainly because of the mutations because no two human beings are same and all mutations are not lethal okay so this is just this simple change which we see it okay so if a variation is seen with a frequency more than 0.001 then we call it as DNA polymorphism so it is the number of times a gene or allele or a sequence is repeated that is what we call as this frequency એટલે change differences જે છે એ more than 0.1 જોવા મળે okay then it is termed as the frequency is more than a few places on a single chromosome that we call as a what we call as the polymorphism so this no these are not harmful these mutations are not harmful so they will keep on getting evolution basically works by accumulation of mutations and that's why variations will generate okay so this SNP are important over here so human beings there are 1.4 million locations where single base differences can occur okay it is the variation in single nucleotide that occurs at specific position તો હું તારો એક જીન લઈશ ક્રોમોસોમ નંબર 1 નો અને મારો એક સેમ જીન લઈશ ક્રોમોસોમ નંબર 1 નો તો આપણા બંનેના જીનમાં બધું જ સરખું હશે પણ ખાલી ડિફરન્સ શું હશે એક ન્યુક્લિયોટાઇડ નો શેનો ડિફરન્સ હશે એક ન્યુક્લિયોટાઇડ નો લેટ્સ સે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ તારી અંદર એક જગ્યાએ સાઇટોસિન છે તો મારામાં ત્યાં એડિનાઇન હશે તો આ ડિફરન્સ એક જ ન્યુક્લિયોટાઇડ નો થયો ને બેટા આ ડિફરન્સ જે છે ઓકે so this is what we call as SNP. This is what we call as SNP. So you can study microsatellite and study SNPs in them. You can study SNP in coding regions also. તો આ શું કહે છે કે most of human beings 99.9% તો સેમ જ છે પણ જે ડિફરન્સ જે છે 1% નો 0.1% એ બી સેમ છે આવી રીતના એ ડિફરન્સ પણ એક ન્યુક્લિયોટાઇડ ના લીધે જ છે પણ તો બી સી આપણા થોબડા કેટલા અલગ છે એકબીજાના ઓકે હ્યુમન બીંગ્સ ના so the reason is this these single SNPs can lead to so many differences okay and 90% of the human genetic variation is because of SNP and SNPs can be used in all these different genetic studies તો એક જ ન્યુક્લિયોટાઇડ નો ડિફરન્સ હશે ઓકે તો તારામાં લેટ્સ સે કે કોઈ આવી રીતના ડીએનએ સિક્વન્સ આપણે લઈએ તો એમાં ATGCA છે તો મારામાં સેમ સિક્વન્સમાં શું હશે અહીંયા ACGCA બાકી બધું સેમ હશે તો અહીંયા T તારામાં T છે ને મારામાં C છે તો આ શું થયું SNP બરાબર
હા સર
તો આના બેઝ પર તારા ડીએનએ અને મારા ડીએનએ રેસ્ટ્રિક્શન એન્ડ ટ્રીટ કરીએ તો સેપરેટ ફ્રેગમેન્ટ્સ મળે હવે આનો યુઝ ફોરેન્સિક્સમાં બહુ વધારે છે લાઈક you can isolate this blood hair skin saliva sperm from individual and you can see what degree of polymorphism it has okay so then you can be used in like murder cases rape cases all of those things કે ડીએનએ તો બધામાં હશે ને હેર માં બ્લડ માં બધામાં ઓકે અને આ પોલીમોર્ફિઝમ જે છે પાછા હેરિટેબલ મતલબ કે આપણામાં આપણા પેરેન્ટ્સ માંથી બી આવ્યા હશે 80% જેવા તો યુ કેન ઓલ્સો કન્ફર્મ કે કોઈ પેરેન્ટ્સ કહેતા હોય કે આ ચાઇલ્ડ એનું છે ને આ ચાઇલ્ડ તો ચાઇલ્ડ ડિસ્પ્યુટ માં બી આ યુઝ થઈ શકે okay so this was developed by Alec Jeffreys the method so he used satellite DNA as a probe with high degree of polymorphism okay and આમાં blotting પણ યુઝ થાય southern blotting technique developed by Ed Southern તો હું તને આ સમજાવું છું what to do so see you isolate the DNA you cut the DNA in different size by restriction endonuclease enzyme okay then you do agarose electrophoresis so then by that you can separate the biotech you get the bands okay now you transfer this gel onto the nitrocellulose paper. That is what we call a southern blotting on nylon membrane. Okay, gel na band hase એને તમે transfer કરી શકો DNA ને. Then you hybridize it by labeled probe. Okay, now what is this labeled probe? તો આમાં કેવું હશે બેટા લેબલ પ્રોબ માં કે see આમાં શું થશે in the hybridization of using the labeled probe. See આ જો તને આવી રીતના you separate the DNA, you isolate the DNA, you digest it by restriction enzyme cut કરશે, which is what we call as molecular scissors. So then you'll get separation of fragments. So you'll get a bands on different in the gel. Okay, and then see, as you know, the heavier bands are near to this, heavier DNA is near to the well, and the lighter DNA is far away from the well after the agarose electrophoresis technique used to separate DNA. Then we have southern blotting. Okay, so DNA is denatured by chemical treatment, and then DNA on agarose gel can be moved to the nitrocellulose paper. So આવી રીતના you put the gel ઉપર તો આ blotting paper મૂકીશ, nitrocellulose ઘણું expensive આવે આ paper. Okay, and thousands of rupees નો આવે. You put the you add the buffer a solution. So after a few hours this DNA bands will be transferred to this paper. So DNA જે gel પર હતું તે paper પર transfer થઈ જશે, એને કહેવાય blotting. It is termed as southern blotting. It is termed as southern blotting. Okay, as you can read over. આ બધા questions પૂછે છે. Now what you will do? Now you will hybridize it. Hybridize मतलब કે bind કરવું. Okay, તો આમાં કેવું થશે કે લેટ્સ સે કે તારું DNA સેપરેટ કરું છું, તો હું તારા DNA ના અમુક જે VNTR માં આવી રીતના ફ્રેગમેન્ટ મળ્યા હતા ને એને હું પહેલાથી અલગ કરી લઈશ, અને એમાં હું રેડિયો લેબલ કમ્પાઉન્ડ, રેડિયો એક્ટિવ કમ્પાઉન્ડ એડ કરીશ. ઓકે, જે એમાં એટેચ થઈ જશે. એટલે તારા જ DNA ને જે મેં રેસ્ટ્રિક્શન એન્ઝાઇમથી અહીંયા ટ્રીટ કર્યું હતું આ સ્ટેજમાં, ઓકે અહીંયા, તો મને ઘણા બધા ફ્રેગમેન્ટ્સ મળ્યા હશે. તો એને હું અમુક ફ્રેગમેન્ટ એમાંથી કાઢી લઈશ, અને અમુક એ ફ્રેગમેન્ટ્સને I will label it with the radioactive compound. I will label it with the radioactive compound. Okay, એને રેડિયો લેબલ પ્રોબ કહેવાય. એને શું કહેવાય? રેડિયો લેબલ પ્રોબ. ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં સમજાવ્યું નથી. હવે શું થશે? આ બ્લોટિંગ કર્યા પછી નાઇટ્રોસેલ્યુલોઝ પેપર પર મને જે બેન્ડ મળ્યા હતા તારા DNA ના, તો એની પર હું આ પ્રોબ એડ કરી દઈશ. એની પર I will add this probe. So this probe can bind to specific DNA, and excess probe will be removed. As you can see, આ specific binding થઈ ગયું. તો તારો DNA છે કોમ્પ્લિમેન્ટરી હોય ને, તો બાઇન્ડ થઈ જશે ને. તો બાઇન્ડિંગ પછી you'll get these two fragments that is termed as hybridized fragments. Okay, હવે શું થશે? જ્યાં જ્યાં બાઇન્ડ થયું હશે, જ્યાં જ્યાં રેડિયોએક્ટિવ પ્રોબ બાઇન્ડ થયું હશે, ત્યાં રેડિયેશન એમિટ થશે, અને એક્સ-રે ફિલ્મ પર you can capture this, and then you get a fingerprint, and then you get a fingerprint, separate fingerprint for each person. So in this way you can confirm application, paternity, maternity, forensics, genetic diversity. Rape cases may use the semen sample. You can isolate the DNA. कोई let's say if there is a તમને કોઈ જગ્યા પર murder થયું છે, and from that site if you obtain a hair sample, okay, so you can compare the hair sample with the let's say that the suspect ના DNA તમે compare કરી શકો. forensics માં જે યુઝ છે. પણ આમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ એક જ છે બેટા, બે ટ્વિન્સ હોય ને, મોનોઝાઇગોટિક ટ્વિન્સ, मतलब કે એક જ ઝાયગોટના ડિવિઝનથી બે ટ્વિન્સ બની આવે, તો એ ટ્વિન્સમાં you cannot separate. એમાં સેમ જ આવશે, જો કે એમાં સિક્વન્સિંગ યુઝ કરવું પડે. એ કેસમાં સિક્વન્સિંગ યુઝ કરવું પડે. ડીએનએ સિક્વન્સિંગ જે હ્યુમન જીનોમ પ્રોજેક્ટમાં મળ્યા ને આપણે, એ યુઝ કરવું પડે. Okay, so मैं तेरा notes तो already I sent it, so you can read from that.
Okay, sir.
Textbook ની આ image show કરું, એમાંથી you should get an idea. Okay, right. હવે રાઈ આમાં રેડ અને આ જે દેખાય છે આ શું બતાડે છે? Can you tell me what it is? These are what you see over here. All this is one set from father, homologous chromosome, one from mother. These are showing copy number. See different अलग अलग chromosome માટે copy number अलग છે ને બેટા, as you can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, if you isolate both of this DNA, okay, as you can see, this is fingerprint of both of this. Now there is a crime scene in which both of these are suspect. A and B are suspect. And now you do find, and then you get this DNA from the crime scene. This you obtain from the crime scene. Okay, as you can see over here. These are copy number of this chromosome 2711. Now, if you want to find out क्या मतलब murder कौन करी है के बी मतलब तो खबर क्या पड़ से you compare this cDNA fingerprint with this तो શું આન્સર આવે બેટા કોની યાર આ C નું મેચ થાય છે A અને B માં
B સાથે.
so see આનો molecular weight same છે ને એટલા માટે એક જ લાઈન માં આવે molecular weight is same. Okay, even this you can see and this you can see. So that's why over here the criminal is B. Okay, parental જોશો તો parental માં એવું હશે કે 80% મેચ થશે. Okay, parents સાથે આપડા 80% VNTR જે છે મેચ થાય ઓલમોસ્ટ. મોનોઝાઇગોટિક ટ્વિન માં આમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ થાય એટલા માટે આમાં સિક્વન્સિંગ યુઝ કરવું. એટલે અહીંયા ટેક્સ્ટ બુક માં અહીંયા એક સેન્ટેન્સ પણ છે કે it differs from individual to બધા individual નું અલગ હશે except in case of monozygotic twins identical twins કેમ કે એક જ ઝાયગોટ ના ડિવિઝન થી પછી બન્યા હોય બ્લાસ્ટોમિયા ડિવાઇડ થયા હોય એટલે ઓકે તો આ કન્ડિશન માં ઇટ વિલ બી સેમ એટલે એક જ ઝાયગોટ બનશે પછી આ ઝાયગોટ માંથી બ્લાસ્ટોમિયર બને અને પછી આ બ્લાસ્ટોમિયર ના ડિવિઝન થાય ને એમાંથી પછી બે અલગ અલગ ટ્વિન્સ જે છે એમ્બ્રિયો બને તે મોનોઝાયગોટિક કહેવાય. ઓકે so હવે તમે PCR અને sequencing બી parallelly use થાય બધા. તો right, this is all we have in the chapter ends over here. તો હવે તને કઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તો બોલ બેટા.
No, sir.
હવે what you have to do today, તો આખું chapter you can go through it, study DNA fingerprinting and everything. અને કોઈ પણ પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તો you have to ask me. Tomorrow we'll solve questions. Okay?
Okay, sir.
You have to be
Okay.
prepared. Okay, I'll ask you તો તું આખું chapter તારે આજે prepare કરવાનું છે ને આપણે કાલે આના previous questions solve કરશું જે મને important લાગે છે એ બધા. Okay?
Okay,
Make sure
sir.
કે આજે આખો દિવસ છે you prepare it well. બરાબર? So tomorrow
Okay, sir.
we'll continue further અને તું prepare કરજે તો આપણે કાલે questions માં ખ્યાલ આવશે. તો આજે આ થઈ જવું જોઈએ. બરાબર?
હા, sir.
તો next શું કરવાનું છે બેટા evolution કરવાનું છે chapter તારે 3-4 questions evolution માંથી આવે છે અને બાયોટેક માંથી પણ વધારે આવે છે. So તારે જે
Biotech continue કરીએ, sir.
ઓકે જે તને ના આવડતા હોય એ બધા લઈ લઈએ આપણે બરાબર એટલે એ રીતે આપણે જઈએ. ઓકે તો હવે આજે મેક શ્યોર યુ ગો થ્રુ ધીસ. બરાબર?
Okay, sir.
So we'll take questions and we'll start with the biotech tomorrow. Okay beta?
Okay, sir.